Okay, I don't know how this is gonna go because I kind of just said fuck it and came to this spot, which I'm worried could dox me or something, but probably not realistically. Like, I don't know. I was, I just, I guess maybe I'm a little paranoid about that sort of thing. I don't know. And I'm also recording the audio on the other phone because potentially, I mean, I put the AC on the floor mounts, but you never know. So, floor mounts, floor vents. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. Wow, that's a start to this. Uh, but I also just kind of wanted to record this with the camera because it kind of feels a little more personal, I guess. I don't know. Um, so anyway, I'm here in an undisclosed location because I'm not trying to not dox myself. Uh, I don't know if I'm gonna actually use the video footage or just do the audio, but whatever happens, I don't know. Anyways, so, uh, man, I was hoping this is gonna be more of a concise intro, and then every time I press the record button, and I just forget I forget what the fuck I'm here for. I can't even speak. That's where we're at. I did just walk like 2 miles, to be fair. At least that's what my Fitbit said. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't 2 miles, but that's what it said. Um, so anyways, uh, I wanted to kind of talk about just where I was at today because it just kind of happened all at once. Or maybe not all at once, but like this weekend, I've really just kind of been getting this feeling of just not caring anymore. Also, there's potential that the train is going to come. I forgot to mention that before. That's probably going to happen at some point. If it happens, it happens. I don't know. In the past couple times I've recorded around here, the train never seems to get that bad. Like, there obviously is the moment it like actually goes past me, but it doesn't seem to be that bad. Um, but back to what I was saying now because I forgot to mention the train thing. Because the train thing's gonna happen at some point. It's just inevitable. But so basically, I I've just kind of had this feeling over the weekend of just I'm so tired of having to care about things that I realistically shouldn't be, and I I just I mean I just I've kind of been like fuck it today. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about a bit. Really started. I mean, it kind of goes back to that other video I made recently, which, well, I recorded it yesterday, but when you see this video, it's probably going to be like 2 or 3 days later. I recorded that video about kind of just how I keep fucking doing it. I just keep being an idiot and like hiding myself, I guess. Which I guess this almost kind of helps in a way because, I'm showing my face, not just putting up the pixel art PNG that I always do. So that's something. Um, but as I was saying, it started with that video because in that video I just was frustrated at myself because I just I just fucking was like, why do I keep doing this to myself? Why do I keep giving non-answers or giving joke answers to questions where I could actually kind of show the type of person that I am? And I just fucking, I'm just an idiot in that sense, I guess. I don't know. That was basically the takeaway I had yesterday. But also yesterday, I didn't really mention this, but yesterday I wanted to work out, and I always try to work out early in the morning. Because number one, that's usually when I have the most time. Number two, that's when I'm not going to be super fucking tired. Because when I come home from work, and it's like 10:30 or 11 o'clock or whatever, I come home, and I'm just like, I don't want to do anything. That's why I haven't shaved. I mean, I was supposed to shave yesterday, and then apparently I was supposed to play Fortune Street yesterday, and then Fortune Street didn't happen, and then I was just kind of like, I want to play some Legends ZA, so that was what I did instead of shaving, and this is getting a little disgusting, and it needs to get shaved, but I'm too lazy and tired half the time, so, but, as I was saying, I don't want to work out later because of that. And also, I just kind of don't like working out in general when there's people around downstairs. Because usually I have like a very limited amount of time in the morning where my parents are not downstairs. Nobody's downstairs. So I kind of have free time. And that's usually when I end up recording. This is when I was recording those main channel videos. That's when I would do that. It was early, or maybe not like early in the morning, but like probably 8, 9, 10, 11 in the morning was usually when I had that window to do stuff. But it's pretty nice to have that window for a little bit. Also, my hair's kind of fucked up, but do I really care? I don't. Oh god, I think I just fucked it up worse. Oh my god. Okay. Whatever. It is what it is. It is what it is. Back to what I was saying, though. I was kind of struggling with the fact recently that I've had less time because, you know, everybody's coming down earlier. Dad doesn't have work, so he's just kind of there because he gets up early usually, but then, you know, it's just like, fuck, what do I do? And I used to, like a long time ago, when I would try to work out, it never worked out for me, which I guess it was kind of ironic, but it never panned out because if somebody came down early, I was like, well, I guess I can't work out today. And then usually what happens whenever I fucking break a streak, it's just cooked. It's just done. It's just over. So that fucking didn't really pan out for me. And that's usually what fucks up my streak in the long run, is either I just am too lazy to keep going, or I'm too worried, I guess. Because it's kind of this weird dynamic, sort of, where I'm trying to not really keep my parents in the loop that I'm working out, which, like, you can see that I've worked out, because all you need to do is just literally look at me, and it's just like, oh wow, he lost weight. And that's not even mentioning the muscles, because the muscles do exist now, which is crazy, because I never had muscles before. And then just one day I'm like, you know, let me try flexing. I was like, oh shit, there's actually something there now. What the fuck? It felt so weird for like a while to just have muscles. But now it's just normal, which I'm kind of glad I have muscles, because now that I work in the deli, you gotta lift up heavy meats, you have to push slicer arms, which actually my arms are kind of sore a little bit, to be honest. But like, my arms get so fucking tired when people are like, can you shave me, or can you do like a pound of ham shaved? And it's like, and then the worst is the turkey, the store turkey, because holy fuck, that thing is just, it's just messy. Well, not, maybe messy isn't the right word, but like it falls apart very easily. And also because it's more like fresh, it's not just like the boar's head oven gold one. So it just fucking, it's not really a great shape for shaving sometimes. So it just fucking, it just like moves around when you're trying to shave it. There's one time I had to shave it, and I couldn't figure out how to do it for a long time. And I was having to push it, I was having to push the arm while having my other hand like this on the turkey so it would fucking stay in place. And it was bad. It was bad. Point being, I don't know why there are people randomly on the railroad tracks right now. That's very interesting. But anyways, I also I put my phone down. I'm probably not going to use this audio if I'm being honest, but who knows. But back to what I was saying. I kind of just have this weird thing with working out where I don't really want people to know, especially my parents, because I don't know why, but my mom is like very anti-working out. And I can't tell part of it. Maybe she's like, well, you shouldn't need to work out to be like okay with being you, I guess, or whatever. Or I can't tell if it's because my dad, he loves to do the dieting, working out thing all the time. But then he also just eats like a shitload of snacks all the time afterwards. So it never really goes anywhere, and it just kind of becomes like this hassle of like, well, I need to eat vegetables. I need to blah blah blah. I need to eat this and that. But then like it doesn't really matter. I don't know. It's sort of a weird thing, but it's something that kind of had a lot of control over me for a long time because I didn't want her to know that I was working out. And literally, you can't really hide the fact that you're working out unless it's like I guess unless you're working out very small amounts, because like people are gonna notice, oh, you lost weight, or oh, you gained muscle or something like that. So yeah, it's a hard thing to kind of deal with, but managed to deal with it over time because I just really wanted to actually work out. And the other day was a day where I was like, fuck, well, they're down here already, what the fuck am I gonna do? But I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. And I was thinking to myself too, I was like, is that a train or is that a car horn? I don't know. I don't know what the fuck that was. But I was thinking to myself, like, even if it's just a little bit, like, literally just do, like, the bare minimum. Just do some push-ups, whatever, some squats, I don't know. Just do the bare minimum, and that's good enough. And then I push myself afterwards. Like, once I kind of start doing that, and I push myself, that's when... Or once I, like, push myself to start something, I can, like, usually push myself to keep doing more. So, that kind of worked out for me, so I ended up doing more. I ended up doing basically a regular workout, but kind of just made me think, I need to stop fucking caring so much about them potentially being like, oh my god, he's working out. It's not like, oh my god, he's fucking doing drugs, or like, oh my god, he's like hiring prostitutes or something. It's like, I'm just working out so I can get in better shape because I want to be in better shape. I don't really know what else to say. But it was just something that really just kind of kept me in place for a long time. And today in particular was another day where it happened again. Which, to be fair, I kind of didn't start off today great. I literally spent like an hour and a half in bed or something. Because I was just tired, so I'm just laying there, I'm just laying there, whatever. Just thinking about stuff, and I was on my phone for a little bit and all that. But when I got up, it was a little too late, and I was like, fuck, what am I gonna do? And I almost thought about not working out today, but I was like, fuck it, I'm doing it. And there were points where it got a little bit annoying, because also another thing that sucks when I'm working out, my parents are downstairs. I often really get like distracted because people will walk past my door, or just, I'll be hearing the fucking conversation because people are so fucking loud. So annoying. But point being is that I just fucking I get distracted by this stuff so easily. Which I guess also I get distracted because, like, there's random girls walking on the fucking railroad tracks. Not a very smart idea. And then I don't know what the hell that other noise was before, but point being is that I get distracted very easily by this stuff sometimes. Like, it doesn't even have to necessarily be a loud noise, or it doesn't have to be like me hearing full words, but it's just like just hearing little kind of muffled voices sometimes is enough to just be like, fuck, I'm annoyed. And like I just can't fully focus on things. But today I was just fucking in that zone. Like I was in the fucking zone. It was good. I honestly I kind of popped off. It was like 20 zone minutes is what Fitbit calls them when your heart rate is above 120 or whatever. And there was a couple vigorous ones in there too, where it's like your heart rate goes, I think, above 140 or 150 or something like that. That was fucking pretty good. And it was just, I just didn't care. And it's like, if I'm hearing fucking muffled voices and I'm dealing with shit, I'm just turning the fucking music up. And it worked. It worked. And it kind of just made me think, like, I just really, well, also while I was doing it too, while I was in the middle of working out, I was just like, I just need to stop fucking caring about what people think about me. And it's like, it's easy to say that, and I did kind of talk about that already in that other video. Just, I need to stop caring about what other people think about me. But it's easy to say that, but it's hard to be able to do it. And I guess part of that is I'm doing it right now because I'm here in a spot where people probably, at some point, there's probably going to be people that are going to walk by and look at me and be like, what the fuck is this guy doing? He's fucking on his phone. He's like looking at his phone and like recording something or whatever. What the fuck's wrong with this guy? You know? But I don't give a fuck. It's similar to what I was talking about in one of those other videos about Louis Rossman, how he just doesn't give a fuck. Like, he will just talk like his usual self and just make a video like his usual self just in public, fucking walking wherever. And something that I kind of struggle to do, but I'm trying to not give a fuck about what people think about me anymore, because who cares what they fucking think about me, I guess. So that's basically where it is. But I kind of just really had this moment where I was just thinking, I'm just fucking done, man. Like, I'm just done. I'm done. And it kind of really resonated with me when I just kind of had this image of a cage in my mind. I was just like, I'm done being caged. I'm done being restricted. I'm done. And I talked about this in the 2.5 hour video, where when I met that girl, everything just kind of accelerated, like, massively. Like, I started driving and I got a job, and, bada bing, bada boom. Just everything is suddenly changed. But I kind of slowed down again after that. And it was like, before, I had kind of taken some baby steps. Like, I drove on my own for the first time one day when we were picking up this car. So it's like, I drove not very far, maybe a mile or something. I don't know the exact distance, but like, it wasn't very far. It's not a long drive. And my mom was in front of me the whole time, so it wasn't really that bad. But like, I was basically trying to break out of a jail cell, or trying to break out of a cage or whatever, right? With a fucking nail file, and I'm sitting there trying to file away at the fucking bars. And it's like, this is gonna take 800 years. I'm gonna be dead before I'm done here. I'm gonna be dead before I actually get to fucking start living my life. But then, she came and just kind of started taking a chainsaw to that shit. And I was like, okay. And, started trying to use that chainsaw. But then when she was gone, I just kind of stopped and went back to the fucking nail file. And now I've just kind of thought about it, and I'm like, why the fuck am I using this when there's a chainsaw right there, and I could just use that and just fucking break out. So that's what I'm doing now. So I'm just doing it. I don't give a fuck anymore. You know what? I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna be myself. I'm not gonna care what other people think of me anymore. I'm just gonna be myself, and I'm just gonna get out of this fucking cage because I'm tired of it. And part of that is when I was working out today, I just kind of thought, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna go shower, and I'm getting the fuck out of the house. Like, I'm just getting out of the house. I don't care. And that was what I did. And I made another video in the past that I never uploaded because I don't know why. To be honest, I don't know why I didn't upload it. I guess I just kind of forgot about it, and I call back to it all the time. But basically, I made this video that kind of talked about this a little bit, where just the feeling of home, not really feeling like home anymore, I guess, because it just doesn't feel like home, I don't feel like before. I always felt comfortable at home, and now it's like I don't feel comfortable at home anymore. Like I don't want to really be there anymore. And it's kind of something I've really felt for years, to be honest, since like COVID, because just all the stuff that I have to deal with at home, I just hate it, and I just wanted to get out. Pokemon Go helped with that a little bit, but now that I have a job and I can go wherever the fuck I want, now it's a lot easier. But I feel like I really just need to get out more, And my room is kind of a safe space, because it's like, that's my room, and that's where I have everything. It's where I have my computers, where I have my games. It's where I have my books. I guess I don't know. That's where I have pretty much most of the stuff that I care about and use on a regular basis. But it kind of stopped feeling like so much of a safe space, sort of, over time, and it just kind of became a place that wasn't really a place I wanted to be, but it was like the only place I really could be, because like, where else am I gonna go? Now I can choose wherever the fuck I want to go, and that's great. But in terms of that video I was talking about, it was basically just me kind of talking about that general feeling of just home not being home. Because there's that one line or that one kind of verse, is that what it is? I don't know. There's that one iconic kind of line, I guess, in 115, which is the Easter egg song for Kino der Toten in Black Ops 1, where she says, "This house is not my home." And I guess kind of the point, my guess of what that line is supposed to represent is supposed to be about Samantha Maxis in Black Ops 1, kind of being stuck in I think is it the ether or Agartha or whatever the fuck it is. I don't remember the whole zombie storyline. It's a fucking mess, but yeah. But she's like stuck in there, and that's kind of what I would interpret it is. Like, this place that she's in is not supposed to be her home. It's not where she's supposed to be. But there was kind of a callback to that line in one of the recent Easter egg songs, "Falling to Pieces," and that was kind of where it really hit me a lot, because I really like that song. That song is really good, and I kind of feel a lot of what that song says at times. But that line really hits hard for me now, because it's like I'm kind of trying to get out of the house more. the home does not feel like what home should feel like anymore. So now I just fucking go other places. And today, especially, I really got that feeling. I was like, I just want to get the fuck out. I just don't want to be here. And I was even thinking, because it's like, at some point, I'm probably going to have to pee, right? Like, what am I going to do about that? Do I go back home and then go back? But, like, I don't really want to do that. So, unironically, I might just go to my work and pee. Like, genuinely. And just say hi to people there. That's kind of what I was almost thinking about doing. Is that fucking stupid? Oh shit, I just realized. I was looking at my clock. My clock is fucked in my car, by the way. Because it's like 10 minutes too fast. So, the first time I was going somewhere and like I was going to a meetup in Pokemon Go, I was like, oh fuck, I'm gonna be late. And then I was like, oh, it's like 10 minutes fast. It's not late at all. But I just looked at it now, and it's because it's November 2nd and the clocks just fell back. It's an hour and 10 minutes fast now. So fuck, I really gotta change that, I guess, huh? I really gotta change that. Anyways, side tangent over. I just kind of thinking I might just go to work to pee. I actually did that the other day because I was like, I'm trying to get some Pokemon Go showcases. Fuck it, I'll go there, I'll get in the showcase, and I'll go pee and say hi to some coworkers. That was what I did. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't feel like home is home anymore. And it's not somewhere I want to be all the time. So it's an interesting thing. But it kind of reminds me a lot, somewhat, sort of, to Persona 5, because if you don't know, basically the way Persona 5 is that you're these phantom thieves that are going into people's mind palaces and changing their hearts, basically. And it's very interesting because the way it starts out is kind of taking on these shitty adults in power, like this fucking pervy teacher, and then counterfeit artist kind of guy who's basically selling off fucking phony art and shit, taking his students' work and all that, and then just like this fucking crime boss that has like a fucking bank, like a vault of money and shit. But then after that, it kind of takes this weird turn to basically just this one random girl who you're kind of loosely associated with. But you basically go into her mind palace not to make her pay for all the shitty things that she's done, but to kind of help her in a way. And it's a very interesting thing because she kind of considers her room to be her tomb. And she's like this pharaoh sort of thing, I guess. But I never really fully liked that part of the game the first time I played it. But over the years, I kind of really started to sympathize with it a lot because that's kind of the way that I feel. Like, when I first played that game, I was like, my room doesn't feel like a tomb. But now it kind of became a thing where it's like, yeah, I was just kind of fucking sitting in there rotting away for years. And now I've finally kind of broken out, but I kind of would consider it more of basically just a fucking cage that I was just kind of stuck in and I didn't know how to get out of. And now I just got the fucking chainsaw and I'm just fucking breaking through the bars. I guess sort of another way I could put it is that I've kind of been slowly breaking out of my shell over the years. But it's like, it's just one little piece coming off at a time, and then maybe another little piece, and, so on and so forth. But I was like, I'm just gonna take the fucking hammer, That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just I'm just doing it. I don't care. I'm just gonna be myself. And so I don't I don't really know where I was fully gonna go with this, but I mean just I did I guess want to talk a little bit about part of it that's also my fault too, because I feel like I just cared too much about what other people think of me, even like to dumb degrees. And it goes back to kind of me also not changing my Discord stuff because I'm like worried of what people are gonna think of me or the real me or whatever. And those non-answers that I talked about before too, just not really expressing myself. But now it's like I don't give a fuck. I'm done. I am just gonna I'm just gonna go for it, and I'm just gonna see what happens. I just gotta I don't this is a random Discord message as I'm talking about Discord. Um, but I just want to. I just want to stop taking so much stock in what other people would think of me, even like total strangers. Like, why the fuck do I care what they think? So, I don't, I don't care anymore. I'm just gonna do my own thing and just leave it at that. I'm just gonna be my own person, not care what other people think or what other people think I should be. And that I think was one of the hardest things to really break, because I I needed to stop I needed to stop caring about what other people thought of me. I needed to stop caring about what like my parents thought or what my parents might perceive if they saw who I really am. But it's also I need to stop caring about caring about what everybody thinks of me, basically. Part of it is other people for sure, like other people being judgmental and not wanting to accept the person I am, but part of it is also just me not not really trying to stop caring so much, because I just keep caring. So I'm just gonna do what I'm gonna do and just whatever, right? So I I don't know. This video's kind of gone all over the place, to be honest. Uh, I guess part of it is also I'm just not super comfortable on camera still, so that's a thing I just have to get used to still. It's hard for me to do, because also like I mentioned, I'm always scared of doxing myself. Like, what if people see these trees behind me and then they fucking 4chan that shit and figure out where the fuck I live? And it's like, great. Well, I mean, this is not where I live. If this is where I lived, this would suck. But, you know, still, it's like, oh, he was here, so, you know, now we can fucking go to that place too and fucking watch him record or some shit, or fucking talk to him. It's like, I don't want to do that. I'm trying to not make this a very parasocial thing, even if I guess I've been pretty personal with a lot of things on all of this. But also, I guess, something else I totally forgot to mention, I just thought about it now when thinking about making videos, is that I also have kind of been censoring myself to an extent, because I've had these topics that I want to talk about for like a while. I just never talk about them because I'm just fucking afraid to, I guess. Because some of them, it's like a little, I guess, things that usually don't get said in public very often. Usually it's more of a thing to talk about in private. But fuck it, I don't care. Whatever. if there's gonna be random people that are gonna look at me and be like, that guy's talking about fucking dating or some shit. That guy's talking about a fucking visual novel about cripple girls. Wow, that guy's a fucking weirdo. Whatever. I don't care. I'm done with caring, basically. Speaking of which, I'm done with caring about the fact that I haven't. I don't. My brain just stopped functioning. I'm just gonna take a water break. That's better. So I haven't drank anything in like, I don't know, 2 hours probably. It's something. I don't know. So what else? What the fuck is I was talking about the videos. But yeah, I have ideas that I still have not done yet, and I want to talk about them, but I just don't. And I think like some of them were also things that I was almost thinking about making main channel videos on too, and I just kind of never did because it kind of felt weird, I guess. You know, like there's a lot of things that I like or that I feel, but I'm like I've always been afraid to express in some ways, you know. And you know, I just had a thought. Train has not come yet. Huh. Okay. No train. I hope it stays that way. That'd be cool. But there were a bunch of ideas that I had, and I never went through with them because I thought like other people would think they're fucking stupid. Like, you know, the visual novel about dating crippled girls. that'll maybe get its time in the spotlight soon, finally. But I don't know. We'll see. Man, as I was saying, that it's just two people that walk by. You know, the great thing, I did pick a pretty good spot because there's like a bush, so I'm kind of hidden behind the bush. So, you know, this just also reminds me. This is just a random thing I wanted to talk about at some point in one of these videos, and I keep forgetting to talk about it. When I'm at work, I've started naming some of the parking spots that I end up in. So there's like one where there's a bush nearby, and I call that one the George W. Bush spot. And then there's like the good spot, which is like the spot where you get it like by the crosswalk. So you have like more space because it's a bigger spot for some reason. Which I've seen some crazy parking in that spot, by the way. Like I'm always worried, like, fuck, what if I'm gonna be like on the crosswalk? I'm gonna fucking ruin people's ability to get on the crosswalk or something. And I see people, they're like on the fucking crosswalk, and I'm like, maybe I'm not that bad. Like, look, I'm not a great driver. I kind of sometimes I drive like a psychopath, to be honest with you. But I see people and then I'm like, wow, I really am not that bad of a driver. I've only been realistically driving for like 5 months at this point. Like, what the fuck, man? Some people and driving, it's fucking insane. It's insane. Especially in New Jersey. Oh, man. But, you know, it's kind of ironic because I've watched a bunch of those car crash videos with friends before, and you'd be surprised how many of them are actually not in New Jersey. Like, we would play GeoGuessr if we had a New Jersey one, because we would have an idea of where it is. But when we were doing them, it was rare to get a New Jersey one, because most of them are like Florida and Texas, and so I don't know what that says. I mean, look, all I'm saying is those are red states. You know, that's oh man, I'm getting canceled. It's over. Speaking of red, I guess I could also delve into that a little bit because one of the things that I really got frustrated with at home is the fact that I got to deal with so much of that. And it's one thing, it's like Fox News or whatever. I mean, I think Fox News itself, it's pretty, you know, not great. But then there's like the fucking influencers and the people that try to call themselves the news when all they do is they're just fucking spouting some bullshit and trying to parrot this narrative when if you just use your brain for 5 seconds, like this narrative does not really compute. Like, how the fuck can there be how can there be some storm that's gonna happen, right? This big storm where the power's gonna go out, the internet's gonna go out, and the military's gonna come in and fucking take over and all this shit. How is that gonna happen when you've been saying it's gonna happen any day now for like fucking 5 years and it still hasn't happened yet? Where is the fucking storm? There is no storm. The only storms that exist are fucking actual storms in nature. What the fuck? You know? But, like, just hearing all that garbage, it really pisses you off at a point. It's just like, man, I'm just so fucking tired of hearing this garbage. It's one thing when it's Fox News doing whatever they're gonna do, but it's a whole other thing when it's just not even fucking based in reality anymore, and they still fucking believe in it. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't get it. Like, these people still think that the fucking vaccine is killing everybody, and it's been years. Like, what? I just can't, man. I just can't. Anyways, though, I don't know if I have much else to say, but just. Oh, well, you know what? There was actually one more thing I wanted to mention. Because, it's kind of this trope when, like, you get, like, into your teenagers where it's like, stop treating me like a child. That sort of thing. But, like, I feel like I'm going through that now when I'm 25. Because it's like, my mom still kind of coddles me too much in that way, Where every time I, like, go somewhere, she's like, be careful, and it's like, I get I'm an only child, and that if I get in a fucking car crash and die, that kind of fucking sucks. But also, like, I'm not fucking 16. I can fucking drive, I'm an adult, I'm 25, please. Just let me fucking live my life. So, I'm trying to really break free of a lot of that stuff and just break free of this fucking cage of just control that I've been stuck in forever because of my own mentality and other people. So, I'm trying really fucking hard now to leave it and to fucking break out, just be my own person. Because I think that's ultimately what matters a lot more. I mean, I'm fucking 25. Like, at this point, I have to fucking get my life in order. It's not like I'm 18. I guess it's kind of funny because there'll be people in, like, their 30s who are like, oh, man, I wish I was 25. I had so much time to do stuff. I have so much time to decide what I'm going to do and all that. And then this is me, like, oh, man, if I could be 18... I could have done so much stuff, which is kind of true. Like, I kind of wish, not really, because I'm kind of happy with who I am now. But it's like I kind of wish I also could go back to when I was 18 or maybe even earlier, and just fix all the things in my life back then, and be in a much better spot now. Not have to be doing this when I'm 25. I could have been doing this when I'm 18. I could have been driving when I'm 18. And I could have been going places and meeting people and doing things. And taking advantage of college, which is something I gotta talk about in a future video, by the way. Kind of how I fucked up my college and how I gotta fix it. But I personally, I feel like I just really gotta take this time to fix myself and figure out what to do moving forward, because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But anyways, though, I think that's pretty much all I have to say. The sun is kind of starting to, like, I think you can kind of see it. Yeah, you can, like, see part of it. Like, the sun is barely peeking out. It's going right on my face. It's great. But yeah, this is kind of that video where I'm just making that declaration. I can't speak. Declaration. Making that declaration that I'm done. Not done with this. I'm gonna keep doing this. Not done with working or whatever. I am just done with capitulating to other people and capitulating to myself, capitulating to other people. Because realistically, there's probably things that people, like, I'm like freaking out about, like, oh my god, I can't do this because what if somebody thinks bad about me? But, like, you know, they wouldn't even give a fuck. Like, when I talk to that coworker, she asked me, what would you be for Halloween? You could be anything, and I just kind of gave a non-answer. Like, she probably wouldn't have fucking cared. She probably would have, if anything, thought probably better of me to give an answer, because be like, oh, you know, that's cool. But I didn't. I'm fucking stupid. But I'm gonna try to fix that. You know, maybe this can kind of be my way to be a little more accountable with that sort of thing, I guess. I don't know. But also, I might try to do more of these types of videos, these face cam videos, because I just feel like more personable and that sort of thing. But I also don't, like, I was thinking about it, because I made that one video kind of recently where I was like, it's gonna get cold eventually and I'm probably gonna end up doing some of these in my room. Like, I kind of don't want to do them in my room, because I have a hard time really doing things in my room. But then again, I do also sing and stuff in my room, and that's probably more of a step up than just recording this shit. So I don't know. We'll see. But I think I'm gonna end this here and go be myself in some other videos. I think I'm gonna make more videos, because with how work is, usually I don't really get much of a chance to record, and especially this week, because this is going to be election day, so it's like I have to vote before, you know, work probably, so that's going to eat up some of my time, which is great. And I have to do a bunch of other stuff too, probably. Not to mention, I mean, Wednesday I got therapy. I'm fine with just admitting it at this point. So that's like my one day off, and I'm gonna be spending part of it doing that, so less time making these videos. But I think I like when I get to have kind of this balance of, I'm just gonna make these videos when I have the chance, and when I'm not, I'm just gonna keep doing my thing and trying to get one of these uploaded every day. I think if I just keep being consistent with it, I think it'll turn out well. And I mean, I think it has been. I think people have been liking some of these videos here and there. They've been getting views instead of just not getting any views, because I've just been consistent with uploading and trying to get a little better with the thumbnails as well, because the thumbnails were kind of like uninspiring, so I'm trying to make them a little better. And I mean, trying to be myself a little more, I guess. But I also need to make these videos a little more concise, because I think when I start these and then I just forget what I'm talking about or whatever, like, people just don't want to watch that. They're not going to want to watch fucking a guy just sitting there What was I talking about again? I don't remember. So, I'll try to not do that in the future, I guess. I don't know. Uh, but yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything else to say. I don't think I'm using this fucking recording and all this. I kind of just left it on my leg and forgot about it. So, you're gonna have to deal with this shitty audio instead. But, whatever. But, yeah, I guess that's it.